The next myth, Agile doesn't need governance. Right. Okay. I think even FIFA has some form of governance now after they squandered how much money on the World Cup in Qatar. I think there was backhanders of millions going on. Allegedly there were backhanders of millions going on. Right. This is just absolute tripe. This is a trope or a meme that's been around forever, and it ties into the whole unprofessional agile myth. Agile, depending upon the way you do it, can be even stricter than the classic predictive delivery process. Within Scrum, you have a definition of done that should include all regulatory requirements. If we're doing Kanban, we have our phased delivery because we have our columns. That will include and should include any regulatory compliance and governance steps along the way. So why would people say Agile doesn't have governance? Potentially, it's because the scrutiny and transparency that we can bring about with Agile will highlight how ungoverned teams not using Agile are. And I've seen this pushback a lot because if you have a team doing professional Scrum or a team professionally applying Kanban, you can track all their work to a daily level, and you can trace visibility of their progress that is focused on delivery of done work, not percentage completion of a Gantt chart line. You can ruthlessly track how well it is being built because of frequent shipping delivery. How many times have you heard of a large project that has gone off the rails because they weren't delivering? And you hear things about it is late, it is overrunning, we missed this, we missed that. The number of times large pieces of work miss out because that governance isn't held at an appropriate granular level, and there isn't the transparency of the conversation. Yes, you can do this with predictive projects, and you will have entire PMOs and people running around to make sure that everything is up to date and accurate. Within an Agile team, your Kanban team or your Scrum team are accountable for ensuring governance is met. I would encourage all of you product owners out there to make sure that your governance people, your compliance people, your regulatory people are engaged with at the outset of your product delivery and frequently through refinement. Make sure that your regulator knows what you're up to. Make sure that you are aware of the legal compliance and the governing compliance of anything you need to do. One of the more inspiring aspects of Tesla is they will constantly update their governance submission, because every time they find an issue with a car, they will update the design and the fixing it on the production line as it goes through, and they update the supporting documentation and governance so that that vehicle remains compliant with the international standards of driving. Governance is essential. It helps manage risk. It helps make sure that we get correct value for our spend. It ensures that our products are sustainable, reliable, and usable and safe. If a professional Agile team doesn't have governance, I would suggest they're not professional. I'd also suggest the product that they're building will not be able to be released because it is unsafe, risky, or non-compliant.